That's Mugged Up, a podcast for mystics, healers, coaches, and everyone in between, with your hosts, Bex and Kimmy.
Not
Calling
you,
you
not
out.
you keeping me accountable.
But let's see it. I see.
All right, you
Feel.
said it. Now let's see you do it. But
Press
I
that
love
button.
it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the accountability partnership. Yes, I
Oh,
definitely
we need
appreciate
it.
that
We
because
all we all
we
need it.
all need that support. And as long as it's coming across as supportive and not, indignant, and you know what I mean? It's coming across as, hey, you said you were going to do this, and I want to see you do it. So I was back, and I were just talking about, what we're going to talk about on the show and everything, and we are talking about how great this app that we're using is becoming. They're just adding more and more stuff to it, and so we were
Hmm.
like, okay. I was like, yeah, so much to the point where I feel like I can do a podcast every day. And she was like, oh, really? And she starts hitting record. So we were laughing about that and how important it is to have a good accountable partner. But today's topic is Venus in Cancer, and we'll tell you about the importance of that, spiritual development and enlightenment and awakening, knowing which emotions to have in each segment of that part of your path is so important.
And it's okay if you go off the trail a little bit because
If you go,
as a Cancer
definitely
rising, emotion all over the place.
go as just as in general on your spiritual path. Definitely put that bad boy in off-road drive because you are going to
Hmm.
go off-road. You are going to feel like you're going off the map. You are going to feel like most of this is happening so fast and you're still trying to figure out if you can keep up. But that's not what's important. What's important is staying in it and not allowing your emotions to pull you out of it. So
Don't
Venus,
escape.
I don't, right. Don't
Don't
run from it.
escape. Don't run
Yes,
from
I
it.
love that.
Don't use like I call them extracurricular activities as a
Hmm.
diversion from feeling like as an avid medicinal cannabis user for anxiety and a whole slew of things, like I definitely support aids and microdosing of things,
Hmm.
but like not to numb the emotion, if that makes sense.
That's it. That's it. And what's funny is a lot of times the elements that you were just speaking of, the cannabis and the medicinal uses, they could actually enhance the process if you let it. Yeah.
They have. Yes. But yeah, Venus and Cancer, we are all getting a
It's all about
radical
emotion. Yeah.
shift.
And
We
love.
are.
Love, 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 love. Venus is the planet of love and entering Cancer with emotion. So you got in love and the emotion of love and the emotions that come with love. And we're not just talking about romance. It could be platonic. It could be anything you love.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So the emotions that come
100%.
with that, yeah, the emotions that come with it, balancing them out. Venus is going to come in and show you which emotions are out of balance. You might think
Hmm.
you don't need to be angry. Yes, you do. You need something to get that anger out. And
It's
anger
funny
is
you
not a
say
bad
that.
emotion. Anger is not a
I
bad
have,
emotion. Let's stop associating it with something bad or something dark. It's an emotion that needs to be respected, just like happiness and joy and
ooh,
God bless you. God bless you.
thank you.
And so it's an emotion that needs to be acknowledged and expressed.
Hmm.
And so you keep pushing it
Hmm.
down, and that's when you see that alter ego come out.
Yeah, after having Rosie, my rage has almost been unbearable. It is like I always had anger elevation issues
Hmm.
and reaction issues. Ooh, I had never experienced the rage and over stupid shit sometimes. Like
Hmm.
stupid shit. And I'll just like I'm getting better about not like trying not to react to like every little thing. But it would be
Right.
like that. Like, okay, cards fell. I can already feel in my like sacral chakra, like the
Uh-huh.
ball of like rage. For what? Go
The
for
card fell.
what?
Right.
A card fell.
Over someone pulling out in front of you in traffic, over someone getting in front of you in the
Hmm.
drive-through line, over it's those little emotions that we think that don't matter that really that if we don't get them intact, it's those little ones that will spoil the harvest. We're starting a new month next tomorrow. That's August. That's the harvest month. That's when the harvests
Hmm.
start bubbling up underneath the grass. So these emotions
Lugman.
definitely need to be balanced. They can't be going all over the place when the harvest is coming in.
Ground, 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 ground,
Ground,
ground.
exactly.
And
Ground.
ground some more. Cleanse. Do you know what your I'm gonna look now just to confirm mine, because I think my Venus is in Scorpio. Do you know what yours is in?
My Venus is in Libra. Hmm.
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
I'm curious because I know I have a Scorpio stellium and a Capricorn stellium. So
Okay.
I'm real curious. I just learned what those are the other day, and I was like, "Oh, a new astrology language." Oh no, I take that back. This makes even more sense.
Huh.
It's in Capricorn.
Well, okay, there you go. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. That
Ooh,
explains that love story.
that
Okay, got that
that
down.
that makes a lot of. Oh, now I'm curious. I'm
It makes
so
a lot of
curious
sense
now.
to you and me, but to our listeners, they're like, what the heck are they talking about? Because when you
I
know
am a
someone and you
boof.
know their storyline and you associate astrology with it, then you can begin to understand certain patterns and behaviors that goes along with that person's story, life story that they're sharing with you. So that's why we're doing that. Oh, now I understand. Anyway, balancing the emotions during your spiritual development and enlightenment and awakening phase. Hang on. She's got a discovery.
His is in Libra too.
Huh?
Jay's is in Libra too. But
For
yeah.
him.
But I was so curious, right? And you could read these charts like daily and still not remember your chart. There's so
Exactly.
much.
So, with spiritual awakening, development, enlightenment, all of those things,
Emotional balance.
the emotional balance that's required to keep yourself intact is to knowing which one you're in. In development
Mhm.
and awakening, it's a lot of discovery. It's a lot of wonderment without being confused. Does that make sense? It's like you're not
Mhm.
bewildered, but you're in this place of wonderment. Like, what is all of this about? And if you're listening to us for the first time, we're talking this language, we're talking this juju, you're trying to figure out exactly what it is. That's when you are in your spiritual development and awakening. Don't beat yourself up about
Mhm.
what you don't know. Don't beat yourself up about what you don't understand. Just take the dive in, go down the rabbit hole. It is a joyous one. I hear people say that all the time. I'm going down the rabbit hole. My question, I always go, are you having fun?
Yeah, you're hey, uh,
Hello. Okay.
retrograding be retrograding.
Retrograde is retrograding. And we're going to keep on keeping on. But we were saying that how important it is to know where you are on your spiritual development and
Mhm.
awakening journey and how to keep your emotions in check. Because not knowing is, or thinking the wrong way about the journey can be detriment to the journey itself. So keeping your emotions
Don't place
lighthearted.
expectations.
Yeah, don't if you lose your
Like don't
expectations, you will
because
never be disappointed. That's all I can tell you. If we could just release expectations, because what is that to you? What is expectations to you?
as like I said, as a Capricorn stellium and it like Capricorns, we hold very high expectations for so many aspects in our lives. We may be falling apart,
Mm-hmm.
but we have so many expectations like, oh, I should be here at this point in my life. Oh, I should be doing this at this point in my life. This is what like my family should look like. This is what my relationship look like. This should
Mm-hmm.
self-care. We put such expectations on every little thing. And it's funny because we were joking about like spiritual development and enlightenment and when we level up. And when I
Mm-hmm.
first started on this journey, what, 15 years ago now? Like
Mm-hmm.
when we met, right? I remember I was one of those people. I thought it was buying all the chakra and yoga books and buying all the crystals and the essential oils and going to
Mm-hmm.
meditation and yoga and
Mm-hmm.
going to all these like spiritual development classes, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize that the in between time when I was falling apart or shit was going sideways or like I said, your life falling apart,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually the spiritual development. That's enlightenment. And
Part
my
of it.
expectation of me sitting on that little meditation pillow in the Zen garden, in lotus pose was an
Right. All
expectation that I
perfect.
had
Right.
put on
Yes.
myself.
And that's part of the development is recognizing, okay, I've moved past this level of experience. I've moved past this level of the journey. Now I get to go to the next level where I don't need certain tools
Mhm.
anymore because those tools don't serve me. I get new tools to learn. I get new ways to be. Meditation to me did used to be sitting on a cute little cushion. Now it is stop dropping wherever I can get it. I can just turn my car off and just sit in the car and meditate if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's sitting on my
Mm-hmm.
porch. Sometimes it's sitting just in a coffee shop with earbuds on. It doesn't have a label. It doesn't have like a nutrition label. There's no spiritual nutrition label for meditation, for the spiritual
I
development. It
wish.
is different. I wish, right? It is different for every person. Now, you can have your own
Mm.
mental label
Oh
that
yeah.
you want to create around
Yeah.
it that's helping you on your journey. But God, if we could lose the labels, can you imagine? If we could lose the labels, yeah,
Society would
I
fall
understand.
apart.
I mean, that's what I was wondering because I wonder if sometimes, because at work, people put their titles in their signature. I don't. I don't put my title in my signature because I'm not there based on a title. I'm there based on a skill set.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
can go anywhere. I could be anything. So I'm not going to limit me to one title. So I just put my name and
Yeah.
address and that's it. But because I don't like titles, because I think it makes people behave accordingly, it puts you in a box of what you
Hmm.
can and cannot do. And I feel like I'm voguing there. I feel
Hey, ain't
it's like
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong to it. Just vogue, girl. But it puts you in a box. And so that's why I don't like, you know,
Puts expectations on it.
exactly, exactly. If you're my husband, you can only do this, and this. If you're
Yeah.
my wife, you can only do this, and this. If you're my daughter, if you're my sister, brother, employee, and so here it is.
CEO or boss or
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing in friendships,
Hmm.
and then there's different levels of friendships. So there's an
Hmm.
expectation of you. If you're a really, really close friend, then I have an expect. That's not fair. Let's stop. This is part of emotional
Yeah.
balance here because you attach an emotion to your expectation.
One of my favorite like motivational people next to Gabby,
Mm-hmm.
she was just talking about that in one of the courses that I'm doing.
Okay.
And she was talking about putting expectations on your friends and how thinking that every friend you have has to be
Mm-mm.
exactly the same part in your journey. Now you can let go of certain friends, that happens, it's life, but when you put those expectations on your friends, you're not seeing who they truly are. And she was saying how she has friends that, you know, are really good friends that she can conversate about business. Then she has friends that she can conversate about working out, friends
Mm-hmm.
she can talk about relationship. Like, it doesn't mean that anyone is less than the other. It's
Mm-hmm.
more so of allowing them to be who they are in your life and
She
not
kind of
putting that label on
compartmentalizes
it.
them. Yeah, yeah. Just allowing them to be who they are, how they show up,
Mhm.
how they show
Mhm.
up in your life. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
really neat. I love that. That's a very cool concept. That way because that is something my father always said. If you lower your expectations, you won't be disappointed. The only thing you can be is surprised. And who doesn't love a good surprise, right? So
Mhm.
lower your expectations off of people in your life. I no longer have certain expectations from certain people anymore because they've
You can
shown
have
me.
wishes and
Yeah, right. You can,
ideals,
yeah,
like
yeah, you can have good wishes
100%.
towards them, absolutely. But I don't have an expectation
Mhm.
of certain people because they've only shown me who they are. So I don't have to have an expectation outside of what they're showing me. I don't have an expectation that I won't be disappointed when they show me that side that I already knew was there because I've
Oh,
taken out
100%.
expectations off everything. Yeah.
The biggest, well, a lot I learned and was taught when I moved out here, but moving out here was like the biggest catalyst for that, to see where all my expectations were. Like,
Fingers
how,
crossed.
like, what happened?
Yeah. Oh, I
I
know.
mean, I was what? I waited 15 years because I came out here, maybe 16 years. I came out here the first time I think I was like 25. And I knew at 25, I was like, there's something about this place.
And I've been,
Something about
I think
this
it's been
place.
since 2019 for me. Or was it
See,
20? No,
like there's just
2018. 2018. Yeah. I've
yeah,
been wanting to be there since then.
and it when I first came out here years later, because it was like God, no, maybe like 13 years I came out here after that, but uh I had so many expectations of like where I wanted to work, where I wanted to be, like
Hmm.
running my own business,
Hmm.
where I wanted to live, and then expectations on people.
Mm.
I was constantly visiting the East Coast for family and friends, and and then I expected the retaliation.
Mm.
You should come visit me. Why don't you come visit me? I always come to the East Coast. Why is no one coming to visit me? When I started to
I can.
release it, right, right. But when I started to release that, that was when you came to visit.
Mm.
That was when everybody else came to visit. I released that like expectation and demand
That
and met
need.
people where they are, like it's, yeah. I mean, it's expectations.
Yeah,
I
it,
put a
it can
lot on.
definitely it can definitely jeopardize the integrity of the process.
Yeah.
It will, yeah, it jeopardizes the integrity of it. And you talk about the grit and integrity. That is knowing where to. That's part of the expectations, putting those, especially emotional expectations. Those emotional
Yeah.
expectations, those
Yeah.
mental expectations that come up in your mind about somebody else.
That's
Let
what
that
this Venus and
right. Let
Cancer
that
is doing
yeah.
to me.
That's what it's opening it up to you, and it's showing where it's kind of diluting your authenticity.
Mm.
Hmm.
And you showing up for other people,
And their
because you,
expectation of you to show
good.
up. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Their expectation of
Yeah.
you to show up when you're running on empty. You're like, what do you mean?
Mm.
But that's when self-preservation, self-reverence kicks in and goes, whoa, whoa, wait. That's where a boundary comes in. A misplaced expectation deserves a boundary. That's the only thing it deserves and warrants. And
Yeah.
I think we all know how to set those. A misplaced expectation does deserve a boundary. You are worthy of the boundary that you're about to set in that misplaced expectation. And don't get mad if somebody sets one with you. It happens. It happens, right?
But that comes with that like emotional balance and that
Mm-hmm.
spiritual development because
Development.
emotion has a lot with it.
Mm-hmm.
Our energy creates our thoughts, create our actions, create.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have that emotional balance or we have that spiritual enlightenment or level up or development, we are starting to learn, things that like retrograde teaches us, don't react so much and, have that balance and like, is this really worth my energy or do I really want to put this out there? Like
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely one of those people that talks to themselves all the time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always talking to myself,
Full blown
you know?
conversations. Absolutely.
Full blown conversations, either in my head or out loud. And I
Me and all
realized
my
that
imaginary friends.
yeah, when I was angry and
Mm-hmm.
talking out the emotions, which is a good thing because, I definitely recommend like write it down, brain dump, get it out,
Right.
ground, whatever. But like I realized when I was talking and
Mm-hmm.
having these random conversations in anger, I was creating chaos magic.
Whoa. Say that again.
And things would
When you were doing
chaos
what?
magic.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was like, if I was speaking these conversations or having these conversations with myself or to, you know, the air, my higher self, my
Mm-hmm.
guides, whatever, I was creating chaos magic because the power that was behind these feelings was so strong. It was just,
Wow.
and then something would happen and I'd be like, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I literally just said that this was not happening. Now all of a sudden it's happening.
Uh-huh. So
Like,
there we
so,
go. That's
yeah.
it's all
You,
about that self-talk. Yeah, that self-talk. That you have to be careful with that. You have to have the right emotions going into that. For sure.
enough, Dubby.
She's not talking to me, she's talking to her dog. Anyway, so it created chaos magic because basically that's what she was unconsciously doing. So even if it's unconscious, it can happen.
Kind of. Because chaos magic is what I'm learning, because I apparently do this a lot. Chaos magic is like harnessing a storm and using its power. You're
Ooh.
taking
Okay.
all those anger, rage, sadness, grief, like all these, like they say they're low vibrational energies, but they're actually incredibly powerful
Very
energies,
much.
incredibly powerful. So when you're in that, when you're speaking those things out,
Hmm.
it's just,
I can
like
see how
it's
yeah,
nuts.
you're actually adding to it with your power. So you can
Yeah.
take those energies that are already powerful in their own way, as dark as they may be, because they're all subsidiaries of fear. Fear is the major thing. Those things that you just listed,
Yeah.
those are a subsidiary of fear. And so they're already forceful, but with the life force that you adding to it, No wonder why it's called chaos. So
It's
how do you
fascinating.
calm
It's
that?
a
How do you flip
passion.
that then? How do you flip it?
I acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm definitely one of those people that, when someone asks, are you going to cry? Are you going to do something about it? Well, first of all, I'm going to do both.
I'm going to cry. The cry is going to happen.
Going to do both.
I
It's
will
going to happen.
not dismiss my tears. Go.
I just let it out. Now that I know what I'm doing, if it's something that I don't want to put out into the universe to harness that chaos magic, I ask my gods, I ask my guides, I ask my higher power, all the things, and I say, take that out of existence.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I
I
like
spoke
that.
this in anger. I spoke this in I was upset. I don't really want this to happen. Like
Yeah.
I kind of take it back. But then if there's
Yeah.
something that I really want to happen, like I'll try to turn it so it's aggressive, but it's not so negative in a way.
So it's more assertive than anything else.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
and
But
is
you're
that
still
using the
using that
power of the
feeling.
storm there? Are you using the power of the
Yeah.
storm at that
You're
point to change it?
you're using your feelings. So the best example that I can give is when you get anxiety over something,
Mm-hmm.
do you get it in your heart or do you get it in your stomach?
It's actually in my chest, like right in this area. So I guess
So
heart.
like your heart
Heart.
area,
Yeah, yeah,
heart.
yeah, heart. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you feel like that pressure, your heart
Like
starts
an
to
elephant
palpitate.
is
Okay.
standing on it. Yeah.
Right. So you utilize that energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking this and I'm taking it out. So with mine, like when I get anxiety, it's all in my stomach. It's my sacral. That's like
Mm-hmm.
my power area. So that's when like I have to get that out. So when I'm focusing on getting, you know, that
The
verbal
words.
diarrhea out,
Right.
yeah, I'm also trying to harness that energy, that
Mm-hmm.
feeling,
Yeah.
and pushing it out.
Uh, That's
Does
oh wow. That's transmutation. That's
mm,
transmutation. That's what it is. And that's the card that came up. Transmutation.
is that
That's what
Horus?
that is yes. No, that's Toph. Toph.
Thoth? Okay.
Toph. Yeah. But that transmutation is very, very, because that's how you can help your emotions is by transmuting them and identifying them. This is part of spiritual development that we're talking here. And what you just said is you were able to identify it. And when I said turn the storm, I meant transmute that, alchemize that, so to speak.
Okay.
That's what you're doing. So I love that. I love that. Do you teach that in your school?
I'm thinking about it
You
because chaos
should.
magic is interesting. I'm still learning about it. I only like recently this year started to like
All right. Well, accountability
understand it.
by this time next
Yeah.
year, I want a full
Okay.
blown book. I either want a book or a course that someone can buy off your website. Thank you. All right. So you holding me accountable and I'm holding you accountable. Uh-huh. How to harness the storm. I think you just came up with a new book title, ma'am.
Copyright. Don't nobody take my
Copyright, that's right. You better copyright it. So the
time.
next card that I
God,
got
that's
was
great.
ecstasy. Find the ecstasy in this. Find the ecstasy in the storm. Find the ecstasy in the
Mm,
changing and the shifting that is going through with your own spiritual development and spiritual awakening. Find the ecstasy in it. It's a pleasure to learn what you learn at this level of consciousness.
mm,
See it as such. Everybody doesn't get it. Everybody doesn't get to
mm-hmm.
right to know this kind of lingo, to live this kind of life, to create this kind of connection and come up with
Yeah,
their own visions and dreams. And know that you are safe in this journey. You are
that's really
safe.
pretty.
You are safe. I know it kind of looks like the eye, and then it also kind of looks like the Reiki ongoing symbol. I love it. It's so pretty. But find
Mm-hmm.
security in that. Know that you're safe in your awakening
Yeah.
and you're safe in your development. That's why it's there. It's actually a cloak around you to keep anything else from getting
Mm,
in. Yeah, it's serving.
mm,
Your development and your awakening is serving as a cloak around you. So feel safe in that area and learn to love it. Learn to love it. Learn
aw,
to fall in love with the delays and the denials and the detours and the distractions. Learn to fall in love with it because it's there to show you something more. And that's development. Learning to love the stuff that you used to hate.
yeah.
That's
Ooh,
right. Now, we used to be terrified of retrograde. Now we're like, okay, what? What you got? What you coming in
yeah.
with? Yeah, what is it? What is it? You gangster
So
with it now.
so we're gonna
That's where that
cry.
spiritual
Okay.
gangster kick in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like learning to love it.
Mhm.
Well, it's part of development. It's part of your spiritual development. Not, oh
Yeah.
God, it's coming again. Oh, why does this keep happening to me? No, it keeps happening because you need to learn. Seek
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity to learn. Seek that. Life is a free
Mm-hmm.
education course. I just, yeah, it's a free education course. It really is. It really is.
That's a good
So,
one.
hmm
That'd be a good book.
life is a
There's your
free
book.
education course. Copyright.
Oh,
Life.
you graduated. Man, you didn't know me when I worked at the art store, I don't think. But when I worked at the art store, right, we would always have these discounts. And the people that got consistent discounts were either students or teachers, right? The amount of times I cannot count on my both hands and both feet, okay, the amount of times that people would be like, well, I should get a discount. I'm going to the School of Life. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, honey,
Hmm.
I'm the teacher of the School of Life, so give me your give me your money and get out of my store. Like,
I got a master's in that. Thank you.
thank you. We're all part of that. So no, you don't get a discount.
What you
Oof.
got on your
Well,
cards, girl?
right on the money, man. Right on the money. So the first one is the Sea Witch's Lair, confronting your shadows and let
Mm.
the alchemy, which you kept saying, the alchemy, let the alchemy of your soul transform darkness into light. Lady of the Sea. This one really good. Embracing the gratitude as the key to abundance and joy in your life. Don't let, like, you can see, like, right, even with this card. So it's talking about like letting the darkness go to find the light. And at
Mm-hmm.
first you're like, this cave's super dark, but then you take
Yeah.
a look and like wherever the light is like really pretty and
Mm-hmm.
like, and this one,
Ooh.
don't be sad because you're going through it. There's still light shining. There's still things
Yeah.
to be grateful for. You don't have to drown in your pain, your
Your emotions.
fear.
Yeah.
This one's speaking to the Capricorn in my chart.
Mm-hmm.
This is the koi fish realm.
Mm.
And this one is letting you know that you have to release the need to control and instead surrender to the divine flow of life, trusting that all is unfolding exactly as it should.
Of course it is. Of course. And we say that, and that's part of spiritual development. It is unfolding the way it's supposed to, regardless of what we think,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or
regardless
want
of the
or set
timeline or calendar
expectations. Yeah.
that we've, regardless of our expectations. And we're not telling you not to expect anything. We're not telling you that. We're not saying that. We're saying to
Yeah.
make sure that your expectations are realistic. Make sure that your expectations are
Uh,
something that can actually come to fruition so that you don't, that disappointment realm doesn't keep hitting you. Have realistic
mm-hmm.
expectations on yourself and on others. And that realm of
Yep.
disappointment will disappear. It will detach from you in its entirety. So
Yep.
have healthy expectations, ones that you can actually see that are already echoing back to you. Basically,
Yep.
what you put out, that expectation is echoing back to you in a positive way, in a way that is tangible that you can believe in. So definitely have expectations, but just have realistic ones.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's part of and that's part of spiritual development as well.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, that's my TED
Oof.
talk, my Kimmy Kid,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
your bits
Ain't
boo.
nothing wrong with. But TED Talks, if you want us to come onto your stage, we are
Oh,
not
and Gabby
opposed.
Bernstein, I know you hear us talking about you. Get us in the room, sis. Get us in the room.
We
But
got this.
anyway, yeah, we got this. We got this. But yep. So next month, tomorrow starts the next month. I hope everyone has their intentions and their goals set. We
Yeah.
have a podcast a couple of episodes back where we talk about intentions and
Mm-hmm.
goal setting and intentions. So that can help you out when you're starting a new month.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, sit with yourself, sit with spirit, and see what else is going on. August is a pivotal month. It's a pivotal month.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very pivotal month because that harvest is coming in. So, we invite you to keep those realistic expectations and to keep
Yeah.
yourself set on a course that is answering you. All right. It's time to let go of the stagnant energy. It's time to
Yeah.
let that energy go. If that energy is not moving, if it's not changing, if it's not moving, let it go for now. You may be able to revisit it later. But right now, pay attention to the echoes. What's echoing back? What's speaking back at you? What's yelling back at you? What signs of the universe is winking at you, nudging you, and
Mm.
notioning you? This is the time to pay attention to those things. So keep your expectations realistic and balance those emotions. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hug that baby for me.
Always.
That's Mugged Up, a podcast for mystics, healers, coaches, and everyone in between, with your hosts, Bex and Kimmy.